Hello, everyone, and welcome to our global Heartstream meditation. If you've been watching us for the past few weeks, you may have learned that today, April 30th, is the final Heartstream meditation of this season. And this season that began pretty much 5 years ago. So I want to, in case you have not heard before, just tell you a little bit about some of the thought process behind the inspiration to evolve these weekly sacred space of heart center meditation into a smaller community of people who are really interested in going much deeper. So welcome everybody. Welcome Sonia. Nice to see you here. Welcome Amanda and sunny Cape Town. Welcome Mariette, also two for Cape Town. Welcome Michaelina over in the UK. Welcome Tina in Denmark. Geraldine. Thank you so much for being with us today. How are you? How have you been this week? Have you felt the surge of energy moving through the planet? I certainly have. And I think here in Spain, we all felt it. The government authorities and all the experts still don't know exactly what it was that led to the blackout that happened on Monday. And obviously, no one really knows for sure at this moment. A lot of people can speculate. But I will tell you something. For the days leading up to the blackout on Monday, I had been feeling unusually just very heavy in my body and kept having this very strong need to just ground a lot of excess energy. So when they spoke about, in Portugal primarily, of certain atmospheric events that obviously relate to planetary weather, and that invariably also touches on the theme of the Earth magnetosphere, I started to think of so that is what I have been feeling. So obviously our experts still cannot tell you, but thank God that that it didn't go beyond a day, but without a doubt for all of us that live here in Spain and in Portugal, and for people in the south of France, I think a lot of people felt it, and a lot of people were impacted by it. And it's certainly, in my case, it certainly raised some flags, without a doubt. Raised some flags, because obviously I found myself, after getting the news, as I was getting my Monday ready, that I wasn't going to be able to really do any of the work that I do online, because I rely on the internet for all my classes, everything that I teach, and working with my clients and all of that. So once I realized that this was going to be a while, I decided to just go to the park and then spend the day in meditation, walking barefoot, reading, and doing a lot of reflecting at the same time. This is one of the gifts that being unplugged from technology can oftentimes brings us. And so for me, it was also quite healing, I have to say. And it was also a bit of I learned a lot by watching and observing people, and how people were dealing with it in completely different ways. Some people going into panic and anxiety, and especially people that were shopping. The supermarkets were pretty much ransacked of all basic goods and everything. But as I said, luckily they were able to restore the electricity, within pretty much less than 24 hours in most places. There's still some places, by the way, that only started to get electricity back yesterday. Nonetheless, this is I saw it as a wake-up call, without a doubt. And it also, I have to admit that it also raised the awareness, a greater awareness in me, of the importance of continuing to support people. Since any changes in the Earth magnetosphere are going to affect inevitably our nervous system. The key, and this was one of the researches of the Institute of Heart Math, is that the heart is the key to basically preventing heart attacks and strokes, which are normally, have been already linked to increased solar activity. So as we're wrapping up this cycle of 5 years, I cannot highlight enough the importance that you continue to do these heart center meditation practices and continue to nurture, take care of your heart. Do as much as you can of spending time in nature, especially walking barefoot, drinking lots of water, and taking care of your emotional body. Don't forget that you are not just a physical being, you are a mental being, but you're also an emotional and energetic being. And the heart holds the key to maintaining this sense of balance and harmony between all these different bodies, including the spiritual body as well, as your heart is also your connecting point to the heart of divinity. Welcome, Barbara von Marshall, Maria Reyes. Nice to have you here from the US, from Texas. Peace, love, music 444. Peace, love. Need heart healing today. Yeah, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing just that. We'll be starting in just a moment. So thank you, everyone who's just joining us right now. And as I was sharing at the very beginning, we are wrapping up today a cycle of 5 years of Heartstreams. Earlier today, I was looking at the archive of all the Heartstreams that we've done all the way back from, when we were still under COVID. We were under lockdown and I had a lot more hair. And my beard was not as white as it is right now, or gray as it is right now. We've all changed. And what began as an experiment, pretty much, of just creating a sacred space every week where we can connect with our hearts and support each other energetically, emotionally, spiritually, has certainly evolved into a really beautiful community. And I want to really appreciate all of you guys who are with us today, and those of you who could not be with us today and during the live sessions, for your commitment, for your support. I want to thank you, Lila, for your company and for lending us your heart. Also, you too, Barbara. Thank you so much. Peace, Love, Music 444. Maria Reyes. I think you're relatively new to the group. Recibe Lerato from South Africa. We got 3 South Africans and 1 Namibian in the house. That is amazing. Geraldine Kelly, thank you. Michaelina and Sonia, they're both actually part of the Heart Mastery Circle that began a couple of months ago. Tina in Denmark. Mariette, obviously, in South Africa, who's also gone through the entire training program twice, I believe. And who herself is taking all the big gifts and discoveries and renewed vision with her. And she's in the implementation mode and really using the divine gifts that the Creator gave her. Lilian Alvarez, thank you for being with us today. Muchas gracias. Mary Rinaldi as well. And everybody else that's still making their way in. So thank you once again for being with us today. So I promised to tell you a little bit about the evolution of these weekly Heartstream, what's going to happen. And so the essence of it. Oh, Cindy's hard. Thank you so much. You've only missed 2 in the 5 years. So you've been with us for the past 3 years as Cindy's. Yeah, how could I not remember you? So thank you very much. So I was telling you that I have been reflecting quite a bit over the past few months. Because I myself have been going through what I could only describe as a deepening of my own vision and of my own purpose. The truth of the matter is that when I began this work nearly 20 years ago in South Africa, I really just followed my heart. And I just wanted to help people. I had gone myself through a tremendous amount of crisis and heartbreak and lots of grief and lots of loss, and dealt with so many challenges, especially once I arrived in South Africa and my whole life fell completely apart, that I really felt I wanted to give back. I wanted to give back. And when I moved to Spain, and the idea was to start sharing with more people the many gifts and wisdom I had acquired during my years in South Africa. And that is in essence part of the reason why I left South Africa and came to live to Spain. I wanted to be in a more centralized area where I could travel to different places in Italy, be able to travel to the US, be able to travel back to South Africa. And that was the idea. That was the intention. And the truth is, at that time, my intention was to continue to live in South Africa half a year. But COVID came around, and those plans just, like they say, tell God your plans and you'll make him laugh or make her laugh. And so that's pretty much what happened. I was forced to stay here pretty much for 2 years because of the lockdown, and they canceled my flights. And then at the same time, once I was able to go back to South Africa, then South Africa was under full and complete lockdown, that unless you were a South African citizen, you couldn't go back. And so I then had to sit once again with the discomfort of not being able to go back to South Africa. And at that time also, my landlady needed the cottage that I had been renting, where I'd lived already nearly 7 years before I came. And so that also obviously generated a lot of grief and a lot of sadness, because my intention was not to leave South Africa the way that I did. My intention was to continue to travel. And so anyway, all this to kind of say that as I have just really been taking the next step along my journey, and following my heart. And it was through following my heart that I decided to start these weekly Heartstream guided meditations, which began initially as just a small community within the Mighty Networks community which is where I normally run my classes and my programs and have interaction with my private clients, and also is the learning platform also for all my courses. And so that was really wonderful to welcome all these different groups of people. But then the idea of bringing these guided meditations to an even larger audience through YouTube came around. And so there was no longer a need to keep the community within the Heart Leader community container, because we wanted to bring them here through, and be able to share them freely through YouTube. And what I have been feeling intuitively and over the past few months is just the need to really just come back again to a smaller community, the people that really want to do the work, where we can meet each other, where we can connect with each other, where we can establish some friendships at the same time. Because this is one of the things that the learning platform within Mighty Networks has allowed my students from different parts of the world to do. We have people that never in their life thought that they would meet friends from Denmark, from South Africa, from France, from Italy, and travel and the world and make these amazing friends. And so I felt the need of I want to really just return to the essence of why I started these guided meditations, and to bring a smaller community, the people that really feel connected with this work, that really want to come or be part of something bigger, and also the bigger vision towards which I've been working for a very long time. And so in a meditation a few months ago, I got a very clear message that I had began this work through my ministry called Sacred Heart Ministries. And as some of you guys recall, you may have heard probably about me through my first guided meditations that focus on the Sacred Heart. healing through the Sacred Heart of Christ, healing with the Sacred Heart of Mother Mary, awakening the Sacred Heart, etc. And so, and to this day, those remain the most popular guided meditations in my meditation library that it's available through YouTube. And so the guidance that I received was very clear, which is to create a smaller group of people that really wanted to awaken and live from their spiritual heart, the sacred heart, and which is then the reason why I created a group within the Mighty Networks platform, which is the Heart Leader community, called the Sacred Heart Meditation Group, which is a private platform which will allow us kind of like a Facebook group, pretty much, to upload a profile picture, to upload also our socials, if you are in other social platforms, to be able to have your own profile with more information about you, your hobbies, etc., where you are located, where other members in your area can connect with you and know who you are. I know, for example, that Mary has connected with other members of this community that ended up living in the same town with her. She had no idea. This woman named Deborah, that actually had done one of my training programs, and they lived in the same town. Now they had no idea. So they met, and now they're very good friends. And so I think you're starting to get the idea of what I've been wanted to create. And so what I'm then inviting you then to join, if this feels right to you, is a private community called the Sacred Heart Meditation Circle, where we will continue to meditate on Wednesdays at this exact same time, but do it in a way where you can interact directly with me through a live Zoom call, where you can ask me questions, where you can come in and check in and say, hey, this is my intention for this meditation, where we can get a deeper sense of community at the same time, where I can also give you access to other courses on heart-centered meditation, emotional self-mastery, and other complementary tools that are going to allow you to go much deeper. Okay. And then, because this runs on a platform and it will generate additional costs, there is, of course, a cost associated of joining this group, joining this platform, of $29 a month. All right, which will go towards paying the platform costs as well. And then also it will go towards supporting Sacred Heart Ministries' work of bringing healing to the heart of humanity, which is the essence of why I created Sacred Heart Ministries. Now, because I understand that many of you guys would like to continue, and right now that amount, $29, might be a lot, because you might be going through a difficult situation financially, we are opening up partial and full scholarships. Okay, so partial scholarships would be basically that you get to pay half of the investment, which will be $1,450 or something like that. And then full scholarships for anybody that right now at this moment is finding a lot of support and getting a lot of value from these meditations, but at this moment you can't continue, but you'll like to be part of that group. You'll also be able to continue to be part of this new initiative. And again, I'm seeing this as an evolution of the weekly Heartstreams. What I do plan to do, and I think it's important to share this, is, and this came to me very, very strongly also as guidance from my own spiritual teachers and guides, is after September to come back to the Heartstreams, but only during the full moon meditation time. So at the time of the full moon, there will be the Heartstreams. They will be back on YouTube as a global monthly Heartstream or Heart Center meditation that will be focusing on the same intention that we've had here in our weekly group. Okay, so some of you guys might just simply want to take a break and then just come back and be part of the monthly guided meditations when we resume that. And so right now, beginning next week, Wednesday, what we're going to be doing then is meeting in a smaller group that will be called the Sacred Heart Meditation Circle within the Heart Leader community. And then in September, we'll come back to doing monthly Heartstreams on the day of the full moon. And this is part of the teachings that are very close and dear to me, that comes from the Ascended Master tradition, and obviously from theosophy. I was going to say something else, but from the teachings of theosophy, right, where that emphasize the importance of reciting the great invocation and doing this type of global meditation, especially at around the time of the full moon. Why the full moon? Well, because that's when the veil is the thinnest. That's when the emotions are the highest. And that's when we have a greater opportunity to bring the unconscious to the conscious, and so that it can be healed. That is the essence of why. All right. So if any of you guys are interested in joining us on this next stage of the Heartstreams as we evolve into the Sacred Heart Meditation group, all right, the website that you can go to or to sign up, or the link, is sacredheartmeditation.org. Okay, I'm putting it here in the live broadcast. Sacredheartmeditation.org. That is going to redirect you to the sign up page within my website, Gabriel Gonsalves, where you can then sign up. Now, for those of you who would like to apply for scholarship, please send me an email. Email me at gabrielgonsalves.com, and just put in the subject line scholarship, and then just simply say, hey, I'd love to contribute half of the fee. So can I join the half scholarship? So you'll be paying 50% instead of 29. You'll be paying $14.50 a month. Or, as I said, if you required a full scholarship, just simply say, hey, let me know what's happening a little bit financially, and then we'd be more than happy to offer you a full scholarship to the Sacred Heart Meditation Circle. But as I was saying earlier, I don't want to leave anybody out as we move into this next evolution of these guided meditations. All right, so I'm just looking at the comments that have come in here through the chat. Hello, Giovanni. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you here, brother. Mariette says, I'm very happy about it. Good vibes. Yeah, Mariette, we were already grieving, thinking that we were going to be gone for good. No, you're not going to get rid of me you're not going to get rid of me that fast. Pray for my son, Carlos Moises Andrade, please. He needs a job. Okay. Yeah, we'll hold him in prayer. We'll pray for right livelihood, right and perfect employment. Right livelihood, in case you're not aware of, is a concept that comes from Buddhism, where everything in Buddhism is right everything, right this, right, and right thinking, right feeling, right speech. Right livelihood refit, in essence, a job that uses your divine gifts and is right and perfect for you, that will allow you to serve a lot of people while being handsomely compensated. So it's a kind of job where you say, wow, I love what I do. This is what I was born for. And ain't it amazing that people are actually paying me for this? So that is, in essence, what right livelihood is. All right, my friends, I think it's time now to move into our hard time together. No hard, heart. Even though some people do have a hard time listening to the heart, connecting to their hearts. I did. I did as well for a very, very, very long time. All right, let us begin. As we begin to switch now away from the talking mind, the world, thoughts, and ideas about the future, and just come inward, come back to the here and the now, the only place where life is, the only place where the Creator lives. As you close your eyes, take a moment to check in with yourself and just notice how you're feeling right now in this moment. What it is that you are bringing with you into this space today. And as you bring a hand over to the heart, simply observe what your heart feels like in this moment. What does it feel like at the level of the physical sensations? How does your heart feel also emotionally? And how does your heart feel energetically? 3 different dimensions, all intertwined, interconnected. So just observe the physical heart. Notice the feeling heart. And the magnetic heart, the energetic heart. And as you feel into the space within, also notice, what are you longing for right now in this moment? What is your deepest longing? What is your deepest desire right now? Feel into it. Connect to it. For some of you, it might be the longing for a partner or a close friend. For some of you, it might be a desire to feel more connected to the divine. For others, it might be just the desire to feel free. For others, might be the desire just to experience greater abundance and prosperity, to move away from limitations, burdens, pain. What is that desire? Feel into it. And as you connect with that desire, go ahead and name it. Say to yourself out loud, I long for, and then just say it. I long for deeper love. I long for abundance. I long for health. I long for God. I long for connection. I long for wholeness. I long for freedom. Just say it. You cannot have that which you're not willing to claim, to name, to declare. And as you connect with that longing, with that desire, breathe into your heart. Breathing straight into the heart, nice and slow, nice and deep, and nice and even, so that the inhale and the exhale are about the same length. With each breath into the heart, give yourself permission to release and let go of any unnecessary tension in the body. As you release unwanted tension, the body opens up and relaxes, and creating more space for this life force energy to penetrate into the body, offering a softening to the muscles. Head, neck, shoulders, relax. Stomach muscles, relax. Face muscles, relax. Open, available to the life force that enters your body through your breath. And as you breathe into the heart, breathe in that desire, whatever it may be for you. So what you long for is peace. Breathe the peace. If you want love, breathe love. If you want abundance and prosperity, breathe into the expansive feeling of prosperity and abundance. Amplifying that feeling with each breath, giving yourself permission to feel that desire. The word desire from the Latin means of the Father. So each one of these gifts of the Father that we all long for, the reason we long for them is because they are our divine essence. They are spiritual gifts of the Spirit. So breathing in, beginning to feel it into the body, begins to activate the conditions within you that will allow you to draw forth towards you the creative ideas and inspiration that will create the right conditions for those desires to be fulfilled in your life here and now. And as you feel that desire, its vibration in your body, feel gratitude also for being able to experience this right now. Knowing that you cannot create health from dis-ease. Health can only be created from the feelings of wholeness. And so by feeling the feeling of wholeness inside of us, we create the conditions under which then the body can heal. Knowing that we cannot create abundance, prosperity from a place of lack and limitation, sense of not enoughness. No, it can only be created from the awareness, from the feeling of already having enough, being enough, doing enough, there being enough. Know that you cannot create freedom from limitation. Feel the freedom, feel that desire already fulfilled and manifested in you. Feel its energy, feel its essence. And energetically and in your mind say, thank you, oh divine. Thank you for this freedom. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this joy. Thank you for this perfect job. Thank you that all is well here and now. And as you continue to breathe in and out, feeling these feelings of your desires already fulfilled, allow me to speak the following prayer on your behalf. Dear God, our divine Father and Mother, in thy infinite mercy, I call for thy light, thy love, thy power to be fully manifested in each person here today. Let thy love, light, and power be fully manifested in Peace, Love, Music, in Lillian, in Mariette, in Giovanni, in Cindy, in Leela, and Barbara, in Maria Reyes, in Raicibe, in Geraldine, in Michaelina, in Sonia, in Tina, in Amanda, and everybody else who's watching this replay. May thy light shine in all the places within our human consciousness that are blocking or delaying our divine gifts of the Spirit from being fully manifested in our lives. May all sense of fear be fully dissolved. May all sense of shame and guilt be fully transmuted. May self-compassion prevail, self-forgiveness, humility, and love fill our hearts. May divine wisdom guide our choices and our actions, here today and always. May Peace Love Music 44 receive the healing her heart so longs for and desires. That her trip to Florida will allow her to freely travel outside her house. May she be free and healthy to explore the world, to make new friends, and express her uniqueness. May Mary daughter's Leah be fully healed from the inside out. May the source of her worry, her pain, be fully dissolved by the power of God's mercy and love. May her body temple be fully restored to wholeness. May Lillian Alvarez's son, Carlos Moises Andrade, find the right and perfect employment, one that allows him to be well remunerated and will allow him also to express in unique gifts in service of humanity. May this also be true of Giovanni. May all inner blocks to finding, welcoming the right and perfect and ideal job that allows him to express his unique gifts and talents in service of humanity show up at his doorstep. May he have the wisdom to recognize it, to move forward. And may his bond with his wife and children deepen as a result. May anything and everything that is blocking him from experiencing true love and connection with each of his children, and with his wife be fully dissolved. May all these prayers go out and be fully amplified out on behalf of every sentient being upon this earth, that they too may find healing, happiness, joy, perfect rightful employment, freedom from pain, dis-ease, discomfort, trauma. And may we all be liberated by the power of God's merciful heart. And so it is. And it is so. Amen. I invite you now to, in silence, to commune with the sacred presence of the divine within you. Know that right here and right now you are participating in an amplified field of divine goodness, a field that heals, a field that connects us, a field that nurtures, a field that advances you, a field that strengthens you, a field that gives you clarity, courage, certainty. Within your heart, there is a deep longing, a desire. This desire, if it matters to you, it matters to God. It matters to the intelligence that created you in its image and its likeness, that is operating through you and as you. And with it also comes a mandate from heaven to experience it in this lifetime. Otherwise, it would not exist inside of you. Hold on to that desire. Claim it. Inhabit it. Commune with it. Let it talk to you. Let it show you a vision of what it would look like and feel like when fully expressed and experienced. And let your heart be the GPS that guides every decision as you embark on a journey towards manifesting this deep desire within you. Your heart's desires, if they matter to you, they matter to God. You're worthy of them. Water them, nurture them, live them, inhabit them. Let them guide you. Let them pull you forward towards the greater destiny that awaits you. As we make our way back from this period of communion with our heart's desires and with the divine intelligence that lives within us, I want to once again offer my gratitude, my appreciation, especially to those of you who have been with us for the past 5 years, those of you who joined us along the way, and those of you who joined us more recently, reminding you once again that the Heartstreams are now evolving into the Sacred Heart Meditation Circle as a very special, dedicated group of amazing souls from different parts of the world that want to meditate on their hearts together, that want to really awaken their spiritual hearts, that want to really begin to live more and more and more from the love, wisdom, and power of the heart. And in doing that, also building a community where we can connect with each other, where we can support each other, where we can spend time with each other, and where we can also build some very strong, powerful, lasting friendships, as I have already seen it happen over and over again throughout the years. So if you feel called to join us on this next adventure, I invite you to go to sacredheartmeditation.org. I'll take you to a sign-up page within my website where you can enroll for the new group. Or if you desire speaking of desires, if you desire a scholarship, partial scholarship or a full scholarship, please email me. You can go to my website, gabrielgonsalves.com, and go to the contact form there. You'll find obviously the link here in my YouTube channel. And I will also place a link in the comment section, especially for those of you who are watching the replay. All right. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hailey says, I feel so loved. And you're like, I was loved. I had a friend in South Africa who said it like that. Loved. I feel loved. As always, I appreciate you, Gabriel, and everyone sharing love and energy. Thank you, Hailey, very, very much. Geraldine says, thank you for those wonderful years of being part of the circle. Until we reconnect again, God bless. May you always have plenty, love, and light. Amen. Thank you, Gabriel. And new dear friend. Yes, absolutely. Mary says, going on 8 years. Wow. Yeah, Mary, it's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Ailey says, I feel so loved. Yes. Leela says, God bless you, Gabs. It was a very deep guided meditation. You're very welcome. Lillian says, God bless you, Gabriel. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, my friends, it's time to say goodbye. Yeah. I want to thank you once again, for your presence, for lending me your heart and your ears, and allowing me this past few years to be your guide. Okay, and so those of you who feel called to continue, I look forward to seeing you guys next week within the Heart Leader community space, our newly created our Sacred Heart Meditation Circle. Expect over the next few weeks and months new guided meditations in both Spanish and English, and then also later on in Portuguese, and then finally the Medicine for the Heart music. I didn't really mention this again at the very beginning, but a big part of the decision to evolve these meditations also comes because I'm opening a beautiful center here in Granada, the Granada Heart Space. So you're also probably going to be seeing some new content that we're going to be creating over there. I'm going to start broadcasting and recording more of the song circles and the kirtan and the sacred chants that I have been receiving over the past nearly 12 years already, I think, since I started receiving songs. So I will be sharing those. All right. Well, that's it for now. I don't know what to say right now. I just feel speechless. So we have, I learned in South Africa many years ago that South Africans don't like to say goodbye. They like to say toetsings. Not two things. They like to say toetsings, which basically means until the next time. See you soon. And I want to leave you with that. Okay, with a lot of love and appreciation, and once again for the beautiful connection that we have made. And then also with a lot of love in my heart. So until we meet again, know that you're in my thoughts, that you're in my prayers, and I send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.